In 49 other states, it is just basketball, but in Indiana, it is life. Tonight, a moment 25 years in the making. This franchise and fan base has been waiting for a moment like this. Game 6 tonight in Indiana, and Tyrese Haliburton with the bold outfit choice, pulling up in the all-black funeral suit. Tyrese pulling up in the all-black, and Reggie Miller as well, saying, quote, "You know what time it is." Scored her very first possession of this game. Who sets the tone in Game 6? Brunson downhill with the floater. Brunson's got a floater. It's a good start for the Knicks. Up by 2, setting an early tone. Brunson to Bridges in the corner. Pacers responding right back, though. Pascal Siakam, how good has he been? Now they're out and running, and this is what they do best. Reminiscent of those 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns team. Out on the break, it's Nembhard to Nesmith. And here they go. The Pacers up by 4 later in the first quarter, but they had a real problem keeping Mitchell Robinson off the offensive glass. Robinson dominating the offensive glass. It's a frantic pace as always here in this first quarter. Mikal Bridges the block. Bridges with a block moments later on the other end. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks surviving the early storm. Boom, first quarter Pacers down by 2, the battle of the benches, and Game 6 leading to an unlikely hero. Thomas Bryant with the early 3. We go to the second and more from the former champ Siakam. Neck and neck in this first half. Haliburton needing to be more aggressive. And here he goes. At that point, Indiana up by 6, but now it's a tie game and the Knicks can't get out of their own way. Turnover on one end, Jarris Walker the slam. Moments later, again, it's the Pacers defense. Check out Andrew Nembhard, the poke away, and then Haliburton with the punch. This is the Pacers at their best. Off a made three-pointer, here they go again. You better get back on defense against them. Pacers up by 4, 10 seconds to go in the half, and look who it is again with another steal. Nembhard the steal, Siakam the score. It's down by 7 into the third, and their season officially on life support. Garrett Nesmith with a 3, and then the sequence of the night and maybe of the series up to this point. Thomas Bryant the block. And there goes Spicy P and 1. The Pacers up by 8, and there's the unlikely hero again. Thomas Bryant with another one. It must be that Mamba mentality that he channeled. Bryant again. That put Indiana up by 15, but what do we know about these Knicks? They never quit. Jalen Brunson to Karl-Anthony Towns for the slam. If you're a young basketball player, these are the types of plays and the types of players you need to be watching. Look at the intensity from Nembhard. Nembhard with the intensity. Now they dare McConnell to shoot, and he says, "I'm a daredevil." Things getting out of hand for the Knicks late in the third. Tyrese the pick and pop to perfection to the former Knick. What a night for Obi. Building losing its mind, and rightfully so. And if you're a Knicks fan, this is probably the sequence that broke your spirit. Can't capitalize on one end, and then Tyrese torturing them. Pacers up by 12 in the fourth, and more from Andrew Nembhard. Check out the defense, poking it away from Brunson, his 6th steal of the game. Here they go again in the fourth. A made basket on one end, and then there go the Pacers again on the other. Now it's time to put the game away. They keep targeting Karl-Anthony Towns in pick and roll. Haliburton goes at Cat there. Next possession, Haliburton right down the runway for 2 more. Pacers up by 16, 4 minutes to go in the ball game, packing their bags for Oklahoma City. Andrew Nembhard. This game all but over at this point, but Indiana with some final exclamation point. Obi Toppin with a volleyball spike. And this is just mean from Tyrese Haliburton. My goodness. Superstar. Kudos to the Knicks. They fought all series long, but the Pacers headed to their second NBA Finals appearance ever. The other one in 2000, of course, with Reggie Miller and company. Final score might not indicate it, but this game was amazing. This fan base is amazing, and they deserve a moment like basketball really only works if your star is unselfish in his own right. And Tyrese Haliburton tonight demonstrated that to a T once again. 21-13-6. And how about the defense with 3 steals? Remember this quote from Tyrese back in April. People laughed at this quote. This year, I think we have real expectations to do something special. When I say something special, I mean a championship. He was mocked at the time for saying this. Haliburton with a huge night, but can't forget about Siakam. What a star he is. Siakam recognized for his excellence Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He beat Haliburton for this 5 votes to 4 votes. It really could have gone to either of them. But the beauty of this team, check out Tyrese celebrating his teammate in the background. They are egoless. Speaking of Pascal Siakam, so many guys in this league can learn a thing or two from Siakam's unselfishness and unwavering ability to be malleable, to fit into any circumstance and any situation you put him in. Good as those two were, though, this game, of course, turned into the Thomas Bryant game, and that's the beauty of this team. They really do it by committee, and they always have. I know it's only one game, but tonight really made me rethink how I perceive the NBA Finals matchup against OKC. Because, of course, against the Thunder, you're going to need to slow down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and we knew Aaron Nesmith was going to be the primary defender. But if Nembhard is going to be able to guard like this, now you have multiple guys that can try and slow down the MVP. By the way, if you're not excited for this matchup and if you're not planning to be glued to your television on June 5th, you might as well just admit that you really don't like basketball that much. I mean, how could you not be excited for these two teams? Two teams with contrasting styles, two young stars at the peak of their powers right now. I don't care if it's a short series or a long series. This series is going to be a basketball fan's dream. The intensity of this series is going to be off the charts. I can't wait to watch it. The Knicks' perspective, obviously a heartbreaker to get this close and to fall just short. They're young enough and resilient enough. I don't think they're going to be going anywhere anytime soon. By the way, we know how the business works. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to receive a lot of criticism for his performance in tonight's game, especially on the defensive end. Can't even begin to criticize this man one iota because the way that he competed with all that he was dealing with. Karl-Anthony Towns is a gladiator. I gained so much respect from Cat for this postseason run. He really gutted it out. And unfortunately for the Knicks, it just wasn't enough. Now the question will inevitably turn to the future of Tom Thibodeau. The people saying that he doesn't utilize his bench enough. I don't think that was the issue in this series. He went deep into his bench. But this is the nature of sports. You lose, and now the questions will arise about his job security. Will he be the Knicks coach on opening night next year? No time to focus on the future right now, though, because the present is amazing. And for Tyrese and company, they're 4 wins away from one of the most improbable playoff runs of all time.